But for the main course, we're making the breakfast burrito. Breakfast burritos have become a real popular item in the Southwest. In fact, they're so popular, there's contests about breakfast burritos. They're served at sporting events. They're served at the balloon fiesta. Some people will stand in line for over an hour to get a special breakfast burrito. And so I'm going to show you how to make those as soon as the butter melts. But in the meantime, I'd like to tell you, in case you haven't heard, how the burrito got its name. Burritos were named for the little shepherd boys that rode the little cute gray burros throughout the hills of Mexico in the conquistador times. The conquistadors developed this bad habit of stealing their snacks. Their snacks were a tortilla wrapped around beans. And so the conquistadors named the snack after the burrito, hence the name stuck. And it's now, I think everybody calls the tortilla wrapped around beans or whatever else a burrito. And here we've got the butter almost melted. Once the butter melted, all I did was kind of slightly brown the potatoes and onion. I just like to get it just golden a little bit on the edges. And I'm just going to just kind of get it going again right now. And then what we do is I'm going to add the scrambled eggs, and I've just beaten the eggs quite a bit with a whisk. By the way, breakfast burritos didn't get so popular for nothing. Breakfast burritos have this fabulous taste, and the three components that they have that are considered standard are the scrambled eggs with the green chili, which I will just add now. And this is the New Mexico specialty, the green chili that's been parched, peeled, and it does come from frozen, or you could do it from fresh, and some salt and Mexican oregano. But the three standard ingredients that every breakfast burrito has to have to be a breakfast burrito are eggs, green chili, and cheese. And I'm using the Monterey Jack and cheddar. I'm just going to put a scatter on it. And then we add more cheese later as we go ahead and make the burrito out of it. And so while this is cooking, let me just kind of get it to cooking. Let me show you the way I like to serve the breakfast burritos. And I think the fun is in all the different ways you can present them. I'll show you one of my favorite ways. I just take the breakfast burrito here, and what I've done is I have some of the cheese I've just melted over the top, and maybe I'll just put a fresh little tuck of cheese here, and I'm going to place some salsa over the cheese here, and this is a homemade type salsa. It's salsa roja, which I made, and then I'm going to use a tuck of lettuce, and since this plate is pretty hot, it has been pretty hot and is hot enough to wilt lettuce. I always, when I'm going to place any kind of lettuce on a plate, I always put the romaine first because it's heat proof or heat resistant. And if you want to, of course, you could have used iceberg. It's even more heat resistant. But if you want to use a prettier lettuce, just place it on top like this, just a little frill. And just to add a little more garnish, I'm going to add some fresh tomato just here. And I like to kind of scatter the tomato, just a little bit here, there, and yon. And in the meantime, while our eggs are setting, I'll show you how I fold those. The first step is, what I've done is I've warmed 2 flour tortillas. One of my favorite ways to warm them, frankly, is in the plastic bag. And as they cook, I just keep stirring them. And of course, they're going to go into about a 450, 425 oven, just long enough to melt the cheese on top. So I think I'll take some of this real soft part here, and we'll just place it in the 2 tortillas here, because we know it's going to finish cooking. And I always place it in sort of a triangle. You want to have some of it coming out the one side, and here it's really continuing to cook. It's really getting set up now. And we just place a little bit of cheese. I like this cheese to show. So you're really honestly adding the cheese 3 different times. And then all you do is just fold it in kind of like a flute design and I just place 2 toothpicks, and the toothpicks of course come out, and I get a little more cheese, and it goes in the oven, and it's been sitting on that hot unit. So we just place it in the oven, and then as I previously showed you, it's garnished and ready to serve.